Imagine a world, 8,200 years ago, where the roar of the ocean was not just the sound of waves, but the harbinger of unimaginable destruction, a catastrophe that reshaped coastlines, annihilated communities, and left an indelible scar on the seabed, a scar we are only now truly beginning to understand. We're plunging into one of the most profound deep-sea mysteries, an event so colossal it's almost beyond human comprehension, the Storegga slide. This wasn't merely a tremor or a localized incident, it was an underwater landslide of truly epic proportions, a sleeping giant beneath the North Atlantic that awoke with a violence that unleashed a tsunami capable of engulfing entire landmasses. For millennia, its story lay buried beneath kilometers of icy water and sediment, a chilling testament to the ocean's latent power, waiting for us to uncover its secrets. What forces could possibly unleash such a cataclysm? How did a deep-sea event translate into a devastating wave that swept across ancient Europe? And what can this ancient tragedy teach us about the subtle, yet immense, dangers still lurking beneath our seemingly stable oceans? The answers are etched into the very fabric of the earth, a geological thriller written in mud, rock, and the silent testimony of a lost world. Join us as we journey back in time, and deep beneath the waves, to unravel the enigma of the Storegga Tsunami. For centuries, the North Atlantic seemed like a relatively stable stretch of ocean, its depths holding mysteries, but perhaps not active threats of this magnitude. Yet, in the 1970s and 80s, as oil and gas exploration pushed further into the Norwegian Sea, something unusual began to emerge from the seafloor mapping data. Sonar scans revealed colossal scars on the continental slope off the coast of Norway, a vast amphitheater of dislodged sediment spanning an area roughly the size of Iceland. This wasn't a small slump, it was a series of three massive slides, the largest and most recent of which we call the Storegga slide, occurring around 8,200 years ago. Geologists and oceanographers were astounded. Imagine piecing together a crime scene hundreds of kilometers long and thousands of meters deep, with no eyewitnesses, only the silent, rearranged landscape. Early seismic profiles showed chaotic layers of sediment, vast blocks that had tumbled and slid, and an enormous debris field extending for hundreds of kilometers across the abyssal plain. Experts like Dr. David Tappan, a leading authority on submarine landslides and tsunamis, described the initial findings as almost unbelievable in scale. It was clear that an immense volume of material, estimated at over 3,500 cubic kilometers, enough to cover the entire UK in a meter of mud, had suddenly collapsed. This discovery ignited a scientific quest, to understand not just that it happened, but how and why. It transformed our understanding of deep-sea geology and the potential for catastrophic events emanating from the seemingly tranquil abyss. This wasn't just a geological anomaly, it was the signature of an ancient disaster, waiting to be deciphered. So, what could possibly trigger such an unfathomable collapse? The Storegga slide wasn't a simple case of a weak slope. It was a confluence of factors, a perfect storm brewing beneath the waves. For thousands of years prior, the continental shelf had been accumulating vast quantities of sediment, eroded from the land by glaciers and rivers, building up unstable layers on the relatively gentle slope. As the last ice age retreated, a critical element came into play: methane hydrates. These are ice-like compounds where methane gas is trapped within water molecules, often found in immense quantities under high pressure and low temperature on continental margins. Think of them as frozen gas pockets. As the climate warmed rapidly after the last glacial maximum, sea levels rose, and ocean temperatures at the seabed slowly increased. This warming could have destabilized the methane hydrates, causing them to dissociate, releasing vast amounts of gas. Imagine the seabed effectively turning into a gigantic, gas-infused quicksand. This sudden loss of shear strength in the sediment, coupled with the immense weight of the overlying material, created the ideal conditions for failure. Some researchers also suggest that glacial rebound, where the land slowly rises after the weight of ice sheets is removed, could have induced subtle seismic activity, providing the final, decisive nudge. It's a complex interplay, a geological domino effect where a warming planet played a pivotal, if indirect, role. The ocean floor, far from being static, reveals itself as a dynamic, volatile landscape, capable of sudden, immense transformations when pushed beyond its limits. The immediate consequence of this monumental underwater landslide was a tsunami of unprecedented scale. As 3,500 cubic kilometers of sediment plunged down the continental slope, it displaced an unimaginable volume of water, generating waves that radiated outwards across the North Atlantic. Imagine a mountain range collapsing into the sea, and you begin to grasp the energy released. Expert models suggest that along the coast of Norway, the waves could have reached heights of 10 to 20 meters, while further afield, towards the Shetland Islands, evidence points to waves between 20 and 30 meters high. But the most dramatic impact, and perhaps the most poignant, was on what we now call Doggerland. This was a vast, low-lying land bridge connecting Britain to continental Europe, a fertile landscape populated by Mesolithic hunter-gatherers. For these ancient people, life on Doggerland would have been a daily struggle, but one punctuated by relative stability. Then, in a matter of hours, a colossal wall of water, potentially 5 to 6 meters high even there, swept across their world, submerging it forever. Dr. John Hill, a paleoenvironmental archaeologist, describes how the tsunami would have been a sudden, inescapable force, wiping out everything in its path. Archaeological evidence, in the form of specific sediment layers and displaced marine fauna found far inland in coastal areas, corroborates these models, painting a stark picture of a drowned world. The Storegga Tsunami wasn't just a geological event, it was a profound human tragedy, a silent testament to the ocean's power to erase entire civilizations from the map. The Storegga slide stands as a stark reminder that our planet is constantly in flux, and the deep ocean, far from being a static realm, holds immense power. The critical question, of course, is, could it happen again? While a landslide of the exact same magnitude at Storegga itself is unlikely in the short term, such events are rare on geological timescales, the underlying mechanisms are still very much active in other parts of the world. Global warming continues, potentially destabilizing methane hydrates on other continental slopes. Rapid sedimentation in delta regions or areas prone to seismic activity also presents ongoing risks. Submarine landslides are a recognized hazard, with many smaller, but still significant, events occurring regularly, often unnoticed by those on land. Experts are now employing advanced sonar, seismic imaging, and remotely operated vehicles to map and monitor unstable slopes around the world, from the Grand Banks off Newfoundland to the coasts of Japan and Indonesia. Understanding the Storegga event provides crucial data for predictive models, helping us identify potential future hotspots. My own perspective is that while immediate panic isn't warranted, a healthy respect for these deep-sea processes is absolutely essential. Our growing understanding of past catastrophes is our best defense against future ones, allowing us to better prepare and protect coastal communities. The ocean, in its vastness, continues to hold secrets, but also lessons for our own resilience and survival. The Storegga Tsunami, a deep-sea catastrophe from 8,200 years ago, serves as a powerful, chilling narrative from our planet's past. It reminds us that even the most seemingly stable environments can harbor immense, destructive forces. This ancient event highlights the delicate balance of our Earth systems, where a slow shift in climate can trigger a sudden, violent upheaval beneath the waves. For me, the true marvel isn't just the destructive power, but the human ingenuity required to piece together such a complex, ancient puzzle from geological signatures and subtle archaeological clues. It underscores the profound importance of deep-sea exploration and research, not just for scientific curiosity, but for our own safety and understanding as a species. The ocean is not merely a resource or a boundary, it is a living, breathing, and sometimes volatile, entity. As we continue to push the boundaries of our knowledge, exploring the deepest trenches and mapping the most remote abysses, we uncover not just new life forms, but also critical insights into Earth's history and its potential future. The mysteries of the deep are endless, each revelation bringing us closer to understanding our place on this dynamic planet. What other forgotten cataclysms lie buried beneath the waves, waiting for us to listen to their silent tales? Join us again next time as we continue our journey into the wondrous and often terrifying world of deep ocean mysteries. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more deep dives, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below.